Good afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm Evelyn Shorty, and yes, it's an afternoon one. For people who have not been following us, we've had a bank holiday in the UK this week, so deliveries only just arrived today, and I was concentrating more on getting stuff ready to go than doing a review in the morning. Wasn't going to leave you out, though, especially didn't get one yesterday at all. I I've left it far over there, but we're reviewing The Good Asian. And of all the things that come out this week, this is the one that kind of surprised me a little bit because we've got the brand new Star Wars thing going on, the AWA launch by Garth Ennis, a new miniseries from Boom, a really big prestige format one-shot from Aftershock, and this one from Image Comics, which I ordered an extra one because I like the cover. Terrible reason to buy a comic book, by the way, or any book. But I did. I liked it, and I like noir stuff. I'm a big fan of Sin City things, and I really like old school noir movies. Although I don't really go and hunt down the old ones. I kind of like slightly more modern takes on the old idea. So I thought, yeah, you know what? We've only got one guy's down for this one. I'll order an extra one. I'll check it out and see what I think. And I am totally not bearing lead on this one. I finished this one, and before I even put a thing up saying I was going to do a video of it, I'd made sure I'd order an extra of number one, added it to my pull list on League of Comic Geeks. It's brilliant. It really is. This is, not me I'm not gonna build up any suspense here. I'm not gonna be like, well, there's this I like and this I don't. It's ace from get-go. I like that page. It's kind of like a messing around with the 9-panel grid. I like the header at the top there, like the font they use for it. I like the bold colours they pick. I like this bit with the actual interview questions, which turns out are actual direct quotes from this island. Again, I like the layout, I like the fact that it pulls and pushes on the focus. And then you get this really nice crowded page, which again is doing what it should do. It's showing that the location is crowded at the same time. So I like that. Everything about like the layout of it kind of feeds into what's going on, which is crime noir. Sorry, need to click a little bit there. And it's the dialogue it puts into it as well, the way the action sequences flow is put into it, the overuse of shadow and negative space. And I want to say overuse, I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean like, oh God, really, calm down. I mean, wow, they put some effort in and it looks brilliant as a result. There's an awful lot of people stepping after the shadows in doorways. There's people glancing, rather making full eye contact. Don't get me wrong, it's not all that, because I think it doesn't need to be all that. There's also people just talking in well-lit rooms, and people meeting on streets and flashing lights of cop cars. But more than that, it isn't just the noir side of it. It is dealing with the fact that there was a whole cultural and country group of people who were effectively barred from entering the United States. And there's an awful lot to be said about that, which I don't think personally I'm overly qualified to do. I do know about it. I've done a bit of reading on this before. It's part of things I'm just interested in generally. But the creators make a good point about it. They actually have an awful lot. Sorry, the reason I'm holding this up rather than saying it is I'm not entirely sure I'll do justice to this creator if I try to pronounce that name. There's an awful lot of back material in there explaining a lot of what's going on. And thankfully, I did kind of have a bit of head up on this one. But the one thing I will say about it is I like the idea that this character, the Good Asian, is portrayed so much as somebody who's willing, because of certain advantages they have, to maintain their position, which isn't a great position, by the way. They're not like, rolling in the Benjamins or anything. They're just not being beaten in the streets. But to maintain that, they kind of go along with harsh policing and police brutality, because to not do would be seen as an outsider and actually open them up to abuse themselves. Now, this is a very interesting concept just in and of itself. And again, am I the right person to make a comment on this one? You know what? Don't think I am. I have my thoughts, but this is not what this podcast is, this YouTube video is about. I'm talking about comic books. But I do think those ideas are examined very well in this, and because we still have a good few issues left to come, I think there's still a lot of legs to go to actually put in this kind of story out there. It also, while doing all this, never forgets that it's a noir thriller. At no point does it become a polemic. At no point is it trying to batter people over the head with certain ideologies. It is basically doing its best to historically lay out what was going on while telling crime noir story. Again, he says in the back matter that there's going to be more stuff coming out where they're using actual historians and making sure everything is accurate as it can be, which I think is very important. You don't want to do something like this and then be accused of either glamorizing or playing something down when it could actually be really important, and as he could tell a great story. Once again, I'm falling into this thing of great fiction, great science fiction, great fantasy isn't necessarily about the thing it's about. It can be used to tell better stories. This one is a crime noir story, but it's about more than that. It really, really is. And as much as I know that kind of the fact that this is an area of interest for me anyway, I was already leaning heavily towards, like, yes, I'm going to give it a read. The fact that it took me a matter of seconds upon finishing it to jump online and make sure I definitely was not going to miss issue 2 and add it to my pull list, that goes a bit beyond just, well, it's something I'm interested in, to something which is absolutely chock full of quality throughout, genuinely worth your time. That's it for me. I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I'm probably going to review something by Garth Ennis that's a lot lighter. Till then, take it easy, stay safe, bye.